I know I'm getting heavy with the jump cuts lately. Still, it's hard not to be hyper aware at some point of how much of these quests are a walk.
Suok is waiting for you.
You dare come back, Half-Blood One? Why would I not, Elder One? You are not brave. You are thick. I can kill you with my breath. You should probably take a Mentos or something. That's not the right... A Tic Tac. Shit, that's the wrong reference. I can kill you with my touch. I can burn you with my gaze. I have come to ask you, Elder One. Ask once. There is no second question. Who killed my father? Your father was killed by the horn of Bosnerd, a bull massive, red-skinned, his lines formed by Suok's song, Mother Bodo's warmth, the blood in her earthen womb, or any of the mistresses will speak to the words, speak to the truth of my words, for they cannot lie. Your answer clarifies nothing, because you do not know how to ask. You are thick. I wish I was sharp like you. No, but also the other one is a weird answer too. Ellipses exclamation point. Oh.
There's no true one among you.
I've made up my mind. What do I do? Turok's house has been desecrated. A bad omen of unkind times. A snakeskin-coated intruder has got into here at night. It must have been he that had stolen the leather bottles filled with living blood. I'll give you the answer if you find out where the blood is gone. As you wish. Okay, where's the blood gone?
Resolve doesn't equal true strength, kindred one.
Who is my sacrifice, Elder One? You will learn that in time. How can you know you are worthy of your father's inheritance otherwise? I've accepted his inheritance already. Have you? Are you content with pickings and scraps from your family's feast? If you are, then yes, you have. Alright, you actively... What the fuck is up with my exhaustion? That's not supposed to be that high already. But also his dialogue doesn't make sense to me. The Defilers. I need to talk to the Bachelor if I'm to learn the details of last night's intrusion into the abattoir. I mean, yeah, I knew that the Bachelor entered the I just need to go all the way to the Bachelor? That's a long walk. Shit. Alright, here we go. Okay, I'm watching my exhaustion go up in real time. Wait, why? I don't understand what's going on. I feel like his dialogue, by and large, just outright didn't make sense and meant almost nothing to me. The best I could get is that, yeah, the Bachelor came in here, which we already knew about, and he has questions about that or something. But suddenly my exhaustion is going up shockingly fast. So I guess I have to do... Like, on paper, I guess you would say that this quest is about how I have to run all the way to the Bachelor while dealing with a weirdly accelerated, shockingly fast, like, exhaustion meter. But why is my exhaustion doing that? I don't think I understood what he was saying. His lines were bizarre, and my responses in some cases were also weird. And now my exhaustion's just going up now. And I guess I thought I was asking who killed my dad. And they were like, find out who was here or something. Now my exhaustion's going up. I'm like, I don't, wait, how are these connected? Well, I have caffeine, but I wonder if it's really worth it to use the caffeine if it's going this fast. It's going really fast. That burned through my entire backlog of caffeine, basically. Alright. Let's, throw a save down. That's always a good idea. Let's plan a route. I'm trying to get across the whole map. Cutting down here is not the worst. Yeah, let's cut down the side alley over here and get to the easier path through the middle area. Oh yeah, it's about to fill up. Well, we're about to get acquainted with what happens to your meters when your exhaustion caps out. We'll see what takes the biggest hit. If it starts killing my health meter, it might be easier to heal my health than my exhaustion, because I have a lot of tourniquets. It's really funny to imagine my character slowly dying from exhaustion, and then being like, you know how I'll fix this exhaustion problem? I know. I'll just keep tying tourniquets to my arm over and over again. And then I just keep tying more and more tourniquets to my arm, like cutting off the blood flow. It's like, this is fixing my bleeding this is totally fixing the fact that I have like a... I'm dying of being tired. You guys have fun now. I'm not interested in fighting. I'll pick up stuff off of a corpse if I see one, but I'm trying to go somewhere quickly before I suffer consequences. You guys are always walking. It's really frustrating. My health's doing okay. Goal's to cut south now. Yeah, unfortunately, all of the guards you see nowadays are always... they're always walking. And unfortunately, that's important mechanically, because all of the guards that stand still are vendors, and all the ones that walk are not. And that's a confusing distinction, but it's there. There we go. Stealth punch that rat. You better stealth punch that rat. I'd appreciate it if none of you attacked me while I run across the map like a lunatic. Is my health even taking a hit? I'm not super certain of the consequences of this exhaustion thing, but I'm also still just largely unsure what's going on with the exhaustion thing in the first place. Shouldn't those guys be hitting him? Let's cut up. He shouldn't aggro on me at that range. And this other path lines up with where I'm trying to go better anyway. Punch that rat. Why can't I pull out little rat organs? Nope, don't have any bottles. Hit. Yeah, cutting around that guy to go north made perfect sense. Oh, come on. Alright, immunity's not in great shape right now. Fixed it. I mean, I assume that exhaustion must affect your health or something. Otherwise, what is the point? If they don't make it sufficiently a problem, then you would just play the whole game letting your exhaustion stack up and you wouldn't care. Because it didn't do anything bad. So you'd presume that it does something bad when it's full. But I'm not noticing much health damage. Maybe it's just really slow. Could be. Let me guess, now that I don't have anything to trade with you, you're gonna have everything on you, right? Let's bot a lad. Oh, you want you like crowbars, cool. I still have those. Somewhat needlessly. Glad we figured something out. I'm glad there's someone to trade crowbars to, because I have not had any options lately. And by lately I mean today specifically. This is the only day where it's a problem. Go, go, go. Yeah, rapid fire exhaustion feels weird, but honestly, it was just a pretty uneventful run across the map that didn't really seem to have that much in stake for me. We'll see how long this lasts. Maybe it's an all-day problem. That could mean something. Fuck. Ava. Help.
It's so quiet around now.
I pray that the soldiers don't break into here. I need the bachelor. Where is he? He left for the polyhedron and hasn't come back yet. I'm worried. What are you worrying about? The soldiers. Do you know what they're doing? They kill, burn, and rape. Yeah, basically. Alright, bachelor's in the polyhedron. That's not a big problem. Damn it, I have to climb the polyhedron now. Damn it. Alright, keep going. We gotta hustle despite the exhaustion. It's fine, we'll just do the climb. My least favorite climb. All the way up the tower. Thankfully this entire island's just clean now, so I don't really have to worry about much of any risk. It'd be really cool if the little girl would show up. Damn it, it's all the little boy repeating. Where's the little girl that has my drugs? I'm trying to get my drugs here. Why are drugs so hard to get? I'm all out. No. I used up all my crutches before. The polyhedron. Oh, hey, there's a guy at the bottom. Maybe I don't have to climb. Maybe he'll just tell me something. I don't know what that word means. I don't even know how to pronounce the word. I'm gonna guess. Fey-Knights! Don't touch me, you fierce man! Where's the bachelor? Ha! He was taken to the first circle, and then he was taken out of here just to be safe. What if the General Ashes sticks his neck out for him? You never know. He could start shooting. The first circle? Well, here, to the polyhedron. He wanted to make it our fortress. Too bad it's so fragile. Nothing you can do about glass. We're afraid it might fail. Hoping for the canes. Is the Ornan here? No, we took him out. He gave Khan blank cartridges instead of real ones. And swindling Khan isn't a smart thing to do. His temper's short. He left the bachelor live for now out of respect. Perhaps the man changes his mind and spills the beans. Where'd you take him? They took him to the works. He'll be subject to extreme interrogation techniques there. Just tell everyone he's not here if you're asked, especially since that's true. Watch it, especially if I don't find him at the works. Alright. He's right back at where I work. Well, it's a good thing I haven't made a trip back there yet, I suppose. Khan's dog heads have captured the bachelor and are keeping him in somewhere below the sausage production line. Huh. Alright. So he's being imprisoned right now in the same place where Buruk was imprisoned before. Because they gave them blank cartridges, which is, without context, as Buruk, you're like, what are they talking about? What do you mean? But knowing from what we played as the Bachelor, this is the part of the campaign. At day 9, this might even be the same day. I'm not super sure. This is probably the part of the campaign where they requested like 8 or 10 rifles or something like that. It was a bunch of rifles that Khan wanted, and the Bachelor had to go get them. And it was a real big pain in the ass to get them too, because that was the that was that day where I was doing that comical stealth section where I kept trying to figure out how to sneak into that one train car when there were so many people that were going to shoot me instantly when they saw me, and that was a real headache. So apparently they've imprisoned the Bachelor because I guess in this story, when the Bachelor's not you, the Bachelor decides to gunshots. The Bachelor evidently decides to give them blank cartridges. Wow, I avoided that. I wasn't sure if that was going to count. So it sounds like the Bachelor gave them guns, just like I did, but he gave them unloaded guns. Which admittedly, I kind of did that too. When I gave them the guns, There was that weird detail. Oh, there's rats and so many things around here. They might kill me on accident. Please don't kill me. No, stop. Leave me alone. But yeah, they didn't acknowledge it, which I found weird. They said that I had to give them rifles and ammo. But then when I did the quest, I only gave them rifles with no ammo. And somehow they still gave me credit for that. And he never brought it up again. Which is made even weirder by the fact that apparently he brings it up. Apparently it's a real sticking point in the Haruspex campaign. Is evidently that the bachelor gives him the guns but not any ammo for them. And so that, like, that makes it weirder that I didn't have to give them ammo, because I only gave them blank guns, and that was it. I guess there's an additional deception, because in my timeline, they just didn't require the bachelor to give them ammo. They just wanted guns, even though I think they said they wanted ammo. But in this timeline, the bachelor explicitly gave them blank cartridges, which means that he tried to lie to them. There was a level of deception here where he tried to pretend to give them, he pretended to arm them, but he really was giving them empty guns, while giving them cartridges for the guns that were themselves empty, which is not the best call. I feel like there's got to be a significant weight difference between between cartridges that have ammo in them or not. Like, if they're empty, it's gonna be pretty noticeable that they're empty. Oh. Bachelor getting outsmarted by kids, I guess. Just watch these kids become the antagonist all of a sudden. I thought they were gonna be my friends. Like Notkin. Notkin hasn't really mattered. He became my source of the map, but that's about it. Like, the source of the map in the other campaign was a character, was Vlad, who comes up constantly. Oh, you guys are still here? You guys are just like having a prison while also just leaving these guys sitting here. But like, Vlad was the source of my map when I was the bachelor, but playing as Artemy, my source of the map is Notkin, and he's also one of my bound. I thought the kids are all my bound. I thought the kids were all going to be constantly in the story. I was looking forward to a ragtag series of missions where I'm constantly dealing with all these kids and this weird underbelly of the city, where it's the kids and grief and so on. But no, I just go to Notkin every day to get a map, and he never gives me a quest anymore since like the first day. And he just doesn't matter. It's really weird. It's not where I thought they'd go with this at all. That's a surprise. How come you're here? How do I get you out of here, Oinen? You know what? Bring those little gits the ammo they want. There's no other choice. Ava knows. I tried to offer blanks, but they're not so dumb as to be duped so easily. And so they've checked. What kind of ammo? Military. 7.62, I think. Common military rifle ammo. I hope they shoot each other with them. Okay, I'll be back. Have you been to the abattoir? Later. I can't talk in the presence of these little... Just get me out of here. Oh well. Howdy, Chief. Is Bandradovsky here? I can't tell. Captured, as you can see, he's our trophy. And the man's taken his last few breaths. That's inconvenient. You remember me, Chief? Do you think I can see who you are behind that mask? You let me go a week ago. The day the old man died. Ah, I see. Well, hello there. So what do you want? I'm looking for a specimen for my experiments. A bachelor-sized one. Ah, sure, you can have him. Tit for tat. Let me talk to the guys. Thank you. Oh my god, the kid that I didn't kill on, like, day one comes up later for saving the bachelor? Huh, well that saved me 30 rifle rounds that sound like a pain in the ass to get. Thank you. If it weren't for you, those little buggers would have spilt my guts. However, you shouldn't have let yourself be run by them. The kids are arming up, and I have a strong suspicion these arms may go off at any moment. Alright, we're having one of those moments where the dialogue awkwardly doesn't acknowledge what actually happened in the story. I didn't give him any ammo, and you know that, Bachelor. I didn't even leave the room. I was just, they're like, hey, you saved me. I'm like, alright, cool, open the door. Alright, that was the conversation, Bachelor. What the hell do you want with that tower in the first place? I have every reason to believe that the polyhedron plays a key part in the history of the settlement. It's not actually a part of town. It stands on its own. Yet they do have an inextricable connection. One cannot last long without the other. Tell me, have you ever been to the abattoir? I have. Why? How deep did you go? I haven't gone far. They seized me almost immediately. I would have died a grim death if not for the commander. The military came in the nick of time. I'm inclined to think that their invention... I think of their intervention as a miracle. Was the commander inside too? He was. We are best friends now, why do you ask? We are best... Alright. Has he taken anything from the abattoir? No, but... You know it was that little mite that had announced when the pass was going to open. What you may not know is that it opened because they have carried a parcel out. Who has? Butchers. And those hide-clad thugs. Where'd they go? I took no notice of it, it was dark. Also, I ran inside immediately. You are no coward, Ornan. Whoa! Polyhedron suddenly on here. So you can see the polyhedron stabbing into the body of Bodo. So now we're catching up with what the Bachelor saw before, but I think the Bachelor had little tiny veins here, not this nightmare thing, and definitely couldn't see the ox. I mean the bull. This is getting to be a really particular image. Huh. I guess we just go right back to the abattoir, right? The Bachelor is free again. I don't suppose he was able to sneak into the sanctum of the kin and steal the sacred blood, but he might know someone who did. With the circumstances of the sacrilege established, I believe the Bachelor can be trusted. The time has come to relay the story to Foreman Oinan. Do I have any letters? I don't have any letters. This is weird. Should I take a trip to my base? All I would really do probably is deposit... Oh, by the way, I have 2 of these. These freaking bandage sets take up an entire slot of their own. They don't stack. That's brutal. I could put away 2 stacks of herbs, but nah. Actually, yeah. I think I'm gonna go on a killing spree. Sounds a little weird without context, but I think I'm gonna go looting again? We'll see. What stands out to me right now is the fact that, I don't have any quests, and it's only noon. I'm gonna go talk to the Oyan. Maybe he'll send me to go get the, I don't know, it could go either way, really. I've reached approximately the number of steps that a quest tends to have on any given day, in my experience. After playing this much of the game, I'm getting a rhythm a little bit of how the game tends to go. If that makes any sense. So I'd be inclined to think that it might be over soon, this particular day's quest. But he might send me to go get the thing. I mean, we're running out of days. And so within the margin of error, I could expect there being one more objective. But it sounds like somebody stole what he wanted. Somebody stole the sacred blood and ran out with it somewhere. Maybe they took it to the sacrifice site, where they dump blood all the time. That's the first place I would check. But the quest wants me to check with Oyan. So I definitely want to complete this quest just to see if that makes the... Oh! I definitely want to complete the quest just to see if that fixes my current situation with the exhaustion, because that's a state that I'm in, which is presumably tied to the quest. But otherwise, how else would I end it? Oh god. That was a narrow one. He's... oh, he's not... Thank god he's not running after me, because I have to stop moving now. This is where the game usually acts like a dick and sends a cloud straight at my face. Oh, my immunity's capped, so I'd be able to take it. I found it interesting just how bad their data security was in this particular faction. The Dogheads. They're all about being this, like, isolationist sect that doesn't let anyone in or out. And they're so separate from everything else. But despite that strangeness, they have, like, no data security. So, like, they took somebody prisoner and are interrogating them. And that guy's just like, yeah, I'll tell you where he is. I'm like, why would you tell me that? He just overtly told me where the Bachelor was. And even what they were doing with him. And it's like, you know, I'm probably asking where he is to free him, right? You do not think about that at all? I don't think he thought about that at all. He just casually foiled their plans by telling me where they'd put the Bachelor, so I was able to go let the Bachelor go. It would have been harder otherwise. I would have had to at least deal with the 30 bullets thing, but like there's still something else to do. But because I'd happened to have saved that exact human being, like on day one, I also didn't have an additional challenge to deal with, so the quest just kind of took care of itself, I guess. My health's going down. Okay, so the exhaustion's taking its toll now. After doing a round trip across the entire goddamn city, it's taking its toll. Ooh, I got myself a letter. The Changeling's Choice. I know that you've been told that I'm a witch, not a saint. They may have even told you that I am the sand pest itself, wearing the masquerade of flesh and blood. They certainly must have told you that I saved the castaway and condemned the ingenious. They said that I break the courageous and force them to submit to the plague. But let me tell you one thing. Saints and miracle workers are always covered in blood and filth. Their acts are not necessarily comprehensible to the common folk, who expect kindness instead of good and courtesy instead of love. This is not who I am. I know what will happen in 3 days. I will be able to avoid the contradictions that keep you and the Bachelor in the dark. Remember, I will perform a miracle in the end. I will perform it with the help of the outcast and the evil. Bad Grief the thief, Foreman the villain, Alexander the cruel, Katerina the deceived, Laura the vengeful, Yulia the unbeliever, Anna the egotist, Aspedy the heathen, and Reuben the oathbreaker. They will survive in order to die, and upon dying they will claim life everlasting. I need them for the miracle to work. Remember that, Clara. Right, they're the ones that are supposed to all sacrifice themselves and be reborn. Some of the characters seemed like a weird inclusion on that list, where it's like, really, they'd be up for that? With her undying love, you think Aspedy would be involved in the Haruspex's group, especially since she feels like a child like all the other ones too. But no, the Changeling. Mother Bodo gives you warmth, kindred one. Oinon didn't steal the blood. I can testify to that. He saw 2 butchers and 3 bone breakers take something out of the abattoir. Sounds true. 2 children of Bodo and 3 worms were missing. You have passed the trial. What do you want to know? I want to know the truth. Ask me then. Here, inside the vein of Bodo, no one will dare lie to you. That is why knowledge drips scarcely from me, like clotting blood from a wound. Who did my father have in mind? What is this Urdo creature marked by this brand? A creature of the kind that is always around, the body that contains the world. Any body contains a world. Yours doesn't. Mine doesn't. The world in your head is not a world, it is a mold. What sacrifice am I meant to make? You will learn that tomorrow if you pass the next trial, kindred one. Don't get ahead of yourself. I will come tomorrow.
Resolve doesn't equal.
The foreman needs more time to come to terms with what he has learned. Seems he is less shaken by the theft of the blood than by the treachery of the faithful. tomorrow the story will continue. Okay. It is 1 o'clock and I'm out of quests. I guess I'll go take a nap because my health is almost all the way down and my exhaustion is all the way up. So let's go take a nap to solve both at once. He said the next trial, so maybe this was a trial that caused my exhaustion to go up. I don't remember him explaining that, but maybe I went over it too fast. But apparently something's gonna happen tomorrow too. But I'm gonna go take a nap for a few hours. That'll fix my health and exhaustion at the same time, and we'll see if a new quest comes in while I'm napping, I guess.